Tactical Situation Display, TSD, is the main tool for navigation. Typically, this display is shown on the right multi-purpose display. Under the right multi-purpose display, press the TSD. The default TSD setting is Tactical Symbology superimposed over a navigation chart. The navigation chart display is very useful. However, for clarity, in this training flight, we will use the digitized elevation map. Press push button B4 map. Then select push button L2 type.
Chart.
You are presented with 4 options: DIG, chart, SAT, and stick. When ready, press them. To select digital map, press push button. Optional, to give the chart contour color, press push button L4 color band, then push button L4 again, ELEV. When ready, press the spacebar to continue. Next, to adjust the information shown, press push button T3 show.
Doing any of this. Pull shit off for a second. What's up, dude? Alright, just information show, top 3. Yep.
Then press push button T6 toward show. This page sets
the C-130
specific
Juliet.
data the TSD will display. There's control measure points, friendly and enemy unit locations, planned threats and targets. Use the left push buttons to ensure all the choices are highlighted.
Alright, so enemy units, control measures, friendly
control
units, main targets.
Push button L3, friendly units. Finally, back out by pressing push button T6 toward show, and then push button T3 show. When you're back on the main TSD page, press the space bar. You will need to add points to the TSD by using the point add function. These points go beyond simple navigation assistance to provide situational awareness and tactical support. To start, select point by pressing push button
Oh shit, let me
T6.
make sure my application audio gets to see the helicopter. There it is. Sorry, I was on the wrong mic. I was playing Ready or Not a few minutes ago, so. Let's move the view up a little. No, you're not going to get the AC-130. I think there's a mod for the AC-130, but I could be wrong. Okay. All right. Looking good. I'll go ahead and lock this so it doesn't move. Bingo. Alright, these points go beyond simple navigation assistance to provide situational awareness and tactical support. To start, select point by pressing push button bottom 6. Okay, point.
Points are divided between 4 types. Waypoints, points on a flight path, hazards, obstacles to be avoided, control measures, positions that aid in
This is DCS.
forces on the battlefield,
DCS World.
as well as locations and types of friendly
And hello, Jennifer.
forces in the battle space.
I didn't see that you said hi earlier. My bad.
Known hostile equipment such as SAMs, AAA, and other units that can be targeted by or are a threat to your Apache. Points can be
No,
added,
it's not native to Quest. This is PCVR.
or deleted. In this lesson, you will add several points to the TSC.
Yeah, so I'm very used to the UH-1, the Huey, but I've had the Apache for a while, but I've never spent a whole lot of time in it, so I'm going to try to get proficient at it.
Keyboard will provide the data to be entered.
Yeah, yeah, I like VTOL VR.
Press the space bar.
All right, points can be added. Push button left 2, add. Okay, edited, edit. Push button left 4. Or deleted. Push button L5. I think those are wrong. 3 and 4. Anyways, this is DCS World.
Each point has an
We're in a training mission right now. We're trying to figure out how to use this TSD.
press push button key 4
As well as a unique press push button top 4 ABR to bring up a list. I'm fantastic. How are you? All right, ABR, which I don't know what that stands for. Does it say? No. Oh, abbreviations. Okay.
The first point entered should be the home airfield or FART. You are at an airfield.
On the right side
of
of
the
ABR, page 1.
under General Control Measures, find Airfield General. The
Airfield General, AG.
AG. Press
Okay, so we can see that. It says right there.
key 4 ABR to back out, then press the space bar to continue. To enter this point, begin by pressing push
L2,
button,
so left side
side of the display. There are now 4 selections
for the types of points. Waypoint,
WP,
HC, countermeasures, target.
and TG. An airfield is a control measure, CM. To set the identity code, press push button
L1,
L1 The
ident.
display of the keyboard unit, KU, will show ident.
Okay, so we need to.
Using the KU
We're in an
keys,
Apache.
Press A, G, followed by Enter.
AG.
Next, the KU display will show enter a
Yeah, so I'm rocking the.
text to help you remember the point.
So I've got my sim racing rig that you can see me sitting in right now. I've got a
KUT,
Thrustmaster Warthog
KU. Then press
HOTAS. So I've got
Enter.
my throttle on the left. My center stick is in between my legs. It's on a about a 7-inch extension from the base, so it's a stick extension. The stick sits on top of that extension. That way, I have a longer control throw, so I can have pretty fine control inputs. All right, next, the KU display will show free. Enter a 3-place free text to help you remember the point. What? On the KU, enter your choice. He said not HOTAS. It is HOTAS. HOTAS stands for hands-on throttle and stick. Well, technically you can control the aircraft from both seats, but typically the aircraft commander will sit in the back seat. That's for any tandem seat helicopter, where you sit front and back, which in the United States, you're pretty much, it's either the Cobra or the Apache. Aircraft commander sits in the back. The gunner or the co-pilot will sit in the front seat. All right, on the KU, enter your choice of either KUT or GKU. All right, we'll throw in K. It's not working. KUT for Katasi. Enter. If you make a mistake, use the backup backspace. Move the cursor back. When the free value is entered and you're ready to proceed, press the space bar. Okay, we did that.
The KU display now shows MGRS coordinates, starting with the square identity code KM.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Followed by 8 digits. The blinking cursor.
All right, Dennis, we'll catch you on the next one, buddy.
The center of the airfield is KM 9197-7258. Ground elevation is 148 feet. MGRS square code KM is showing and is correct. With the KU, enter 9197-7258. Then press enter.
All right.
Successfully done this, press the space bar to continue.
The center of the airfield is KM 9197-7258. Oh shit. K. Okay. Lat long 38CK. 9197. 9197. 7258. 7258. With KU under 91, no space not highlighted, and then press enter. Altitude is 148 feet. Okay. Alright. So we've done that.
The KU display now shows the elevation
On the KU and press enter.
148 feet. On the KU,
Boom.
press enter.
Okay, so we've done that.
Looking at the TSD, you will notice that the symbol for AG has appeared in front of your position, along with the free code you gave it. Press the spacebar to continue.
Looking at the TSD, you'll notice that the symbol for the AG has appeared in front of your position. Has it? I don't see AG anywhere. I'm gonna assume that it does. Okay, whatever. With the free code 91977258. Okay, I see that. I'm gonna rock with it.
Bring up the kneeboard and page back several times until you see the training lesson kneeboard titled TSD CTRLM CAT. To enter other key points for this navigation training flight, you will follow the same procedure executed for the home airfield as listed on the yellow post-it stuck to the kneeboard.
We're gonna have to go into controls and search, and then we're gonna have to go to kneeboard. Kneeboard next page. That is our throttle. Where is our throttle at? Throttle, next shortcut. What is that? Kneeboard on off. Okay, that's that. I think this is my next page. Okay. Throttle. Previous page. Boom. Boom.
When you are ready to begin entering the remaining points, press the space bar to continue.
Alright, so we have to enter all of these points. And enter the other key points for the navigation training flight. You will follow the same procedure executed for the home airfield as listed on the yellow post-it stuck to the mini board. I have no idea how to find DCS friends. I haven't played with anybody else in DCS, so I'm the wrong person to ask. TSD point add procedure. Okay. Point page B6. Alright. Boom. Add L2. Point add L2. Boom. Okay, ident left 1. KU identify code. Enter. Oh Lord. Ident code AG. Alright, so we're gonna throw an AG. Enter. Alright, free 3 place enter. G. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We did something wrong. Ident. Oh, we already entered that. That's a countermeasure. FC. F. C. Enter. Okay, fuck. Ident. Countermeasure. Alright, FC. Man, this shit's hard. Alright, free code. GUL. BUL. Enter. Alright, 8443. 8443. 8467. 8467. Enter. Altitude is 269, so we're good there. Enter. Alright, that point's added. Add. Ident. HZ. TU. TU. Enter. We fucked that up. Boom. Gotta hit ident first. HZTU. We're set there. TU. Boom. Free code. TWR. TWR. Enter. 8-digit grid is 8149. 81. Oh, no, that didn't do it. Backspace. 8149 7847 7847 8149 7847. Confirmed. Altitude is 159 feet. That is good. Alright. Moving on to the next fucking point. This is a pain in the dick. Ident. Countermeasure. AM. Yeah, this is all shit that you would want to do on the ground before you take off. Or you have your co-pilot enter this shit. Bravo, Charlie, Oscar, enter. Lat long, 8513, 8513, 8067, enter. Elevation is 212 feet. Bingo, bongo, bango. Add, last point. That's a target. We're going to highlight target. We're going to click identifier. We're going to put 13 as our identifier. This is DCS World. Boom. Free code. SAM. Alright, so we're inputting a surface-to-air missile. That way we know where it's at. Boom. Lat long. 8462. 8462. 9399. 9399. Confirm altitude's 455. Bingo. And we are set. Alright.
Into the point for FARP golf.
Oh, God.
Type is CM. IDENT is FC. Add the remaining data from the kneeboard card. When complete, press spacebar. Next, into the point.
Alright, we did all that shit.
Part of your mission is to check on a friendly armor company near Waypoint 3.
We did that.
There is an enemy SA. To see all the points you just added, expand the TSD map view using the up arrow, push button right 1. Then use up and down arrows to adjust the view to your liking. When ready to continue, press the space bar.
Howdy, partner.
The final step in configuring the navigation is to set waypoint 1 as your current waypoint. Press RTE,
route,
push button B5, then DAR, direct 2, push button left 5. Note that WP01 is at the push button R5 position. Press push button R5 to set WP01, then back out to the main TSD page by pressing RTE again. Press the spacebar to continue.
Okay.
The TSD is now set. Move the HDU monocle into view. You are ready to continue. Press the spacebar to begin flying.
Alright, so I need to HDU monocle. I need to map that. Monocle. HDU. Oh, Lord have mercy. Helmet. Golly, friend. Playing DCS right now. Helmet. That's not it. HDU. That's not it. Monocle. All together. I mean, I've owned it for several months now. I've only flown in it like twice. H64 pilot. Okay. Let's try this. All but access commands. Let's see if when I punch the button in, I had show the Huey. Much simpler aircraft. iHads. Okay. All right. So throttle, joystick. We'll throw that. View left slow. No, I don't need that. Symbology select switch up. Symbology select down. iHads is to the left. All right. So we'll kill that. Alright, so our iHads is now visible. I'd like to see what it looks like on stream. Oh, that's terrible. It looks great on TikTok. On Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, you can... It's, this is horrendous. Okay. We're just going to rock with that, I guess. I mean, that's what I'm seeing in VR space, so. Alright.
Head straight for waypoint 1. On the HDU, the navigation Fly to Q, the home plate symbol, is straight ahead. Place the flight path vector over it to fly direct to the W01 waypoint.
On the HDU, the navigation
the
flight.
tape and the command heading chevron is centered. W01 distance, time remaining, and ground speed are at the bottom left of the HDU. Remove this message by pressing the space bar.
Okay, so I can now see there's a little, like a baseball diamond pointed directly to where I'm trying to go. My waypoint. So it's 3.5 kilometers off the nose, essentially. The home plate symbol is straight ahead. Place the flight path vector over it to fly direct to the waypoint 01. We're a little bit out of trim here. Okay, so we're flying right to it now.
You are approaching waypoint 1. As you reach inside 0.1 kilometer, 100 meters, the system will automatically switch to waypoint 2.
Okay, well, where's waypoint 2 at?
To navigate to waypoint 2, turn in the direction of the command heading chevron and center the flight path vector.
Oh, there it is.
over the Fly to Q. Note the HDU and TSD have updated to waypoint 2.
Catherine, go home.
Steadied on a
Or
heading
Catherine,
wheel.
whatever the fuck your name
Press
is.
the spacebar to continue.
Center the flight path vector over the Flight 2Q. Note the HDU and TSD has updated to waypoint 2. Okay. 102 knots, 6.2 kilometers. So time of flight is in the bottom left of that symbology in that green. You see W02 for waypoint 2. You see 5.4, now 5.3 kilometers for distance 2. That number 114 is my airspeed, and the time 125 is how much time it's going to take me to get there. Alright, so we're a little right of course. Got a little drift, so we'll that's disorienting. Alright, where's waypoint at? I don't see it anymore. Uh-oh. We're getting closer to it, but I just don't see where it's at. Oh, there it is. Fuck. Oh, I guess I have a TSD down here to tell me where to go.
As you near waypoint 2, you should notice a hazard point labeled H04 on the TSD. This is the radio tower.
Okay,
Again,
so I see the tower to my left. I can see it on the map, that yellow chevron 04.
Head to waypoint 3.
Alright, I see waypoint 3 off there. Jackson, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Speaking of which, Jackson, you reminded me.
TSD, you should notice a blue NATO armor icon with BCO next to it. This is the friendly tank unit. Fly by it.
Alright, so we're flying to a friendly tank unit currently.
You are in active pause and 500 meters from waypoint 3. The next step is to fly to Farp Gulf. On the TSD, press RTE, push button B5. Select DIR, push button L5. Use collective grip function, cursor display selection button to put the cursor on the right in VD.
Uh-oh.
Move the cursor over the FARP icon. Press collective grip function, cursor enter to select FARP Gold as your flight to point.
Cursor enter.
When you have accomplished this, press the spacebar to continue.
Collective grip function, cursor display. Okay. These are all things that I don't have currently mapped. Cursor control, alright. Joystick, now we want throttle. Joystick throttle, button POV 1. Okay. Okay, now that's not going to work. Depress. Oh, why can't I use these buttons? Damn it. Okay, so that's down. Why did I select that as down? Oh, up, down. Down, left, boom, right, and up. Cursor display selection button. Have to feel low. Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Press push button B5 RTE to back out. In the HDU, you should see C5
route, direct, and then I would.
Ready?
Okay.
Press the space bar.
In the HDU, you should see C52 as a point identifier. I got C53. Oh no. Uh-oh. Whatever.
As you did before, use the HDU command heading chevron and fly 2Q to head for the FARP. As you get close to FARP goal, a green flare and green smoke will mark the site.
This is DCS World.
Smoke and land. Press the spacebar to remove this message.
Alright, so we're gonna fly to the park. They should have should pop smoke when I get close, and then we're gonna land and be done with it. This is PC only, correct? Alright, tail wheel is locked. Now we're flying the landing zone here. Alright. Green smoke and a green flare. Contact the landing zone. Do a left 270 to the zone.
You have successfully flown a simple navigation flight aided by points you added to the TSD. Press escape to end the flight here, or continue flying.
We're going to go ahead and touch down on this right landing pad over here. Yeah, but that's the allure of VTOL VR, right? It's got so much functionality, but the graphics are, you know, kind of dumbed down to be able to be accessible to a lot of people, right? Regardless of your computer specs. All right, we're a little forward of the landing zone here, so we'll kind of, there we go. Shift left. This thing is not the easiest thing to hover. All right, brakes are in. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can say that I've got a good grasp of. Yeah, I mean, for what VTOL is, it's a fantastic game. I love VTOL VR. I haven't played in a long time, but it's pretty fucking awesome. I don't fly a whole lot of fixed wing, but in VTOL VR I did. I got into flying fighters quite a bit. But helicopters will always have my love and my heart. Oh, it's fall time. Oh, it's probably been a year. All right, so we're going to figure out how to use this 30mm chain gun. Ooh, we're in the gunner seat this time.
AH-64D basic 30mm gun area weapon system employment. You begin in flight north of Kataisi Air Base at 500 feet AGL. you are in active pause. This training will be performed from both the pilot and co-pilot gunner positions. When in the CPG position, you will use the George
This is
AI to
DCS.
fly the aircraft while you engage targets. Unless otherwise indicated, most highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. When ready to continue,
Alright, let's do this.
survey the co-pilot gunner cockpit. On the left,
You should get
MPD,
Flight Sim.
you
What is
should
Flight
see
Sim?
the weapons page. On the right MPD, you should see the TSD.
On the left.
On the
Alright,
HDU,
I got the weapons page.
the lower left
and the
corner
TSD.
shows C-HMD, co-pilot helmet-mounted display. The lower right corner shows
Oh, I have
fixed.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. I
If
bought it day
everything is
one at release,
satisfactory,
but
press the space bar
I wasn't a
to
huge
continue.
fan, but I might need to get back into it. Alright, so my HDU, which is my helmet-mounted display, in the left corner it says CHMD, co-pilot HMD. Lower right corner says FXD, for fixed, I guess.
On the
Probably,
front
the
console,
gun's probably fixed.
toggle the safe arm button to arm. Next, waz up the gun. TDAC left
It was certainly
hand
ass at release.
was
I think
up.
they've improved it a lot, but I have no idea. Next, waz up the gun. TDAC left hand grip. Waz up. Waz up. There's so much shit on here, I have no idea what any of this is. So I wasn't a pilot, I was a crew chief or a door gunner on Hueys. So I was the guy on the back, shooting the machine guns. Alright, let's look for TDAC commands. Oh my god, there's so many. Look at all these. This is just for this fucking computer with these two controllers on the side. These are all of these commands that I can use. Bananas. You would almost need like a actual TDAC to actually, I don't know, man. This is wild. Alright, so he said waz up the gun, which is, I don't, waz switch, air to air, waz switch. Throttle. I don't really have any other directional switches on this bad boy. Cursor controller. Fuck, man. POV 1. That's already linked to something, isn't it? No? Okay. Well, fuck it. Let's rock this. Alright, so up will be gun. Down will be rockets. Left will be missiles. So air to ground, and then air to air. I guess if we have air to air missiles on here, we'll go right. Waz up.
A glance at the left MPD will show the gun is armed to be fired from the co-pilot gunner position.
Okay.
Finally, Check the left side of the weapon page to see burst limit is set to 10 rounds.
10 rounds. Okay,
Press
got it.
Spacebar to continue.
All right, so we are armed. We are selected to the gun, and our burst limit on the gun is 10 rounds.
The target is a group of insurgents at an airfield.
Oh, no, not
unloading
insurgents.
weapons from a cargo plane. The specific targets are the insurgent trucks. The threat is small arms and RPGs, so this target will be engaged starting at about 2.5 kilometers. You will now enter the target point in the TSD.
Okay, target point.
On the right MPD, begin by toggling the TSD nav mode to attack. Select the point page with push button bottom 6. And then add with push button left 2.
Okay, let's back out of here just to see. All right, phase and nav. So there's two phases, nav or attack. We're in attack mode. Point.
Toggle the cursor to the
no,
TSD
not all the time.
and move the cursor over
Especially
the
if
target
you're doing close air support,
pop-up
right?
graphic.
It's
Then
just kind of like a
press
troops in
cursor
contact.
enter.
An Apache's flying
You
through
will
the
notice
area. We
red
get a call. Hey, troops in
T01
contact.
appear in the
You need to
TSD.
respond to the closest
Press
aircraft.
the spacebar to continue.
The JTAC's like, oh god, we're under fire. Here's our 8-digit grid. Troops in the open, north of our position. Here's their estimated grid. You would punch that in. Boop, 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 boop. Our FLIR would cage to that. And then, depending on how far we are, we would roll in for an attack. All right, toggle the cursor to the TSD. Okay, toggle the cursor. I think I remember how to do this. Okay, bingo. Over the target and move the cursor over. No. I don't think there's ever been a broken arrow since Vietnam. As shown in the pop-up graphic, then press cursor enter. Alright, so we are looking for an airfield. We'll zoom in just a wee bit, laddie. Bingo. Target 1, target. You'll notice a red in the TSD. No, I didn't notice that, actually. Oh, cursor enters this button. Fuck, this is gonna get some getting used to, man. Alright, target 01. Boom.
Press bottom 6 point again to back out to the main. Now you need to direct the pilot, via George AI, to fly towards the target. The easiest way to do this is to designate T01 as a waypoint. Set T1
Route.
as the flight.
Direct to.
Use the cursor to select T1. Press the spacebar to continue.
Use a cursor to select T1. What cursor? Oh, there it is. Enter. Bingo. Fly to that motherfucker.
With T01, the current fly-to point, bring up the George AI interface. When you do, you will see the fly-to symbol on the George
What
AI
the fuck
compass.
is George AI?
Use the George AI controls to set the heading bug to the fly-to point heading. Also set the George AI airspeed to 70.
Bro.
Finally, since the target will be engaged at a long...
Is this part of DCS? Is this incorporated, or is this something that I need to download? All right, George AI helper interface show hide. I guess that's a button that we need to cage. Autopilot engage, disengage button. Am I going to use that? You know what? Let's. No, that's the joystick. Fuck. Throttle. There we go. There we go. There's George.
range, ensure George AI altitude is between 750 and 1,000 feet AGL. When you have accomplished these functions, switch back from the George AI interface.
Okay, now how do I change
When
George?
you have returned to the normal cockpit view, press the spacebar to continue.
Lord have mercy. Okay, I see George. How do I change things in George? This is so convoluted. Request aircraft control. George AI helper interface. Jump in a selected aircraft. Does anybody know how to change George? Your friend needs help here. Fly 2 symbol on the George AI compass. That would be sweet. See the Fly 2 symbol on the George AI compass. I see the Fly 2 fucking symbol. How do I change it? Can't touch it with my controllers and change it. This is booty hole. Hold on. Google. DCS George AI VR. When I switch to gunner position, activate George. The menu compared right in front of the TDAC. Very annoying. Any way to move somewhere, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit about that. I want to know how to change settings, period. I can no longer move my camera to look around. Anyone have any ideas what may be conflicting? Does it work normally in the pilot seat? I didn't know that there was a Ready or Not creator event in the first place. But I'm not worried about it. How to switch to front seat. Increase airspeed. Combat CMWS. DCS George controls. Fuck, this is annoying. Alright, let's try arrows. Timothy Vick says that view is really annoying. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, that's not working. Flight mode. increase altitude, hover, toggle CMWS arms safe. Man, this fucking sucks. This is so frustrating. Oh, AI George. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we go. All right. George, up, down, left, right. I don't have really a good... All right, down. Let's see. Left. Down. Right. And up. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this works.
Copy. At the location. On course. Rolling out.
Rotor RPM high.
Okay, I'm changing shit. I have no idea what.
Rolling out. On course. Roger. Aligning.
Alright, set ground speed to 70.
Copy. At requested. Roger. Aligning. Switching. Copy. Slowing down.
To the fly to point.
On course. Copy. At the location. Copy. At the location. Copy. Switch. Copy. Speeding up. Switching CMOS to auto.
Fly to.
Switching. Rolling out. Roger. Aligning.
Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high.
I'm not tracking this whole thing. Left, right, up, down.
Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high.
CMOS is safe. CMOS is on.
Rotor RPM high. 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 Rotor RPM high.
Fuck, I forgot what I said.
Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high.
Oh, there it is.
Rotor RPM high. 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 Rotor
CMOS is
RPM
safe.
high.
CMOS is
Rotor
on.
RPM high. Rotor
Switching
RPM high.
CMOS to auto. Copy.
Rotor RPM
Roger.
high.
Aligning.
Rotor RPM high.
Excuse me. All right, George AI. Doesn't sound like it, does it? George AI helper. Search. George, consent to fire. George, request aircraft controlled. Excuse me. Okay. General search. Is anybody familiar with George AI? Like, oh, about to sneeze again. I've got a RTX 4090 and a Ryzen 9 7900X CPU. Beautiful. Fuck it. I don't know.
Select T01 as the acquisition source. Press TSD top 5 coord. From the target list that appears, select the T1 line with push button left 1.
TSD top 5 coordinates.
Slew the TDAC to T01. Target T01 is now the acquisition source. Set TADS as the site. On the right hand grip, switch the CPG site to TADS, and then press the slave button.
What the shit?
This will shift the TADS view to the target area.
Whoa.
However, the T01 point is likely not exactly over the target, and from 5 kilometers, the view of the target area may not be clear and or obstructed. You must move towards the target. As you close to the area,
I can barely see shit.
Search the area, find the insertion activity, and begin to aim at specific targets. When you're ready to fly and begin the attack, press the spacebar.
Press I. I wasn't a huge fan of it. There was just so much going on, and I wasn't into the whole electronic warfare shit. But if you're into that, by all means. Man, I don't fucking know. I guess we're just gonna rock it.
Once the aircraft settles onto its new heading, press slave to toggle it off. Use the right hand grip manual tracker button and left hand grip zoom buttons. Search the area near T01 until you find the C-130 and the insurgents unloading it. Focus on a group of targets and use the laser rangefinder to get an accurate range. Press the LRFD trigger on the right hand grip to the first indent to send a short laser rangefinding burst. On the TADS, when the LRFD activates, an X cross appears at the TADS crosshairs.
Right. I have given up on trying to understand all of this shit in the Apache. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go fly the Huey. Jetborne Racing. What is that? I don't know how to use George AI in VR space. And I was trying to find the VTOL VR Racing, huh? I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll be right back.
Hello, Sheriff.
Good morning, officer.
Wait, just let me put on my intercom.
No problem.
Okay, I've got it. Now I'm going to turn on the rear workstation. The rear workstation is operative. Everything looks fine. And I'm ready back here.
Copy that, officer.
Got a call from the base. Let me see what's going on. Sheriff, there has been an accident. A bus crashed into a building. There are several people injured in the collision, and they needs to go to the hospital.
Let's go there and help them.
Yeah, dude, you need to be in the back seat and let me front seat it and talk me through all that shit. All right, and we're back in the venerable UH-1 hotel, a real man's aircraft. Wesley, thanks for the follow. Oh, give me 1 second. Hey, yeah. No. I've worked on both. I was a crew chief on the Huey and then joined the National Guard and was a crew dog on Blackhawks. And, nah, man. Not only is the Huey just badass with the skids, but it's got all the history behind it. The most notable combat aircraft probably in the world. We're a former U.S. Marine pilot because I can't tell because of the... Are you asking a question? I don't know what exactly. This is the Syria map. So we're doing... This is a mission. It's more like a campaign, kind of a never-ending campaign called I Love This Job. And it's kind of a civil service. Like we're a sheriff's department helicopter pilot. So we fly around doing kind of civil type stuff. No guns or anything like that, but it's fun. Yeah, so I was a crew chief or door gunner, whatever you want to call it, in the Marines on Hueys. Got out, went to flight school on the civilian side, became a helicopter pilot on the civilian side, and then eventually became a cop. Mecha VR, thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, contact the landing zone. We've got a bus crash into a building. Driver seriously injured. We need to take him to the hospital. Alright, overflying the landing zone. Marked by 4 tires right there. So we're going to do a right 270. Power's coming out. Coming through 100 knots. A slight descent rate right now. Slowing down. Contact these tall poles. No factor. I'm not driving, nor am I flying a plane, but I am flying a helicopter. All right, coming on short final. Nothing, no crazy obstacles. Yeah, so I've got rudder pedals. I've got a center flight stick in between my legs, and then I'm using a throttle instead of a collective because I don't have a collective, dedicated collective, but it is what it is. Jay Lozzie, this is DCS World. No, I'm not flying with the wheel. The wheel for my driving sims right here. Keep it mounted on the wall when I'm not driving. Is it almost the same to the real helicopter? Yeah, it flies very, very accurately. Obviously, you can't feel anything, right? Vibrations, the rudder system, or G's, or anything like that. But the flight dynamics are very similar. All right, so we're gonna pick up. And we are on the go. All right, so we are taking this dude. He is critical to the hospital. I gotta enter this radio frequency for the homing beacon to the hospital. I'm using a Quest 3, but this game is on my PC, so I'm streaming the game to my headset via virtual desktop. All right, gauges are in the green. We are sitting at about a little over 600 pounds of fuel. There is a Blackhawk mod. And I've heard it's pretty good. All right, we're flying direct to the hospital.
The patient is getting worse.
All right, officer.
How do helicopters work? So you, instead of air going over a set of wings like an airplane, through what's called Bernoulli's principle, right? So you have a fluid going over the wing, the fluid being air. The curved part of the wing on top, and a somewhat flatter portion of the wing on the bottom creates a pressure differential. You have higher pressure under the flowing on the bottom side, lower pressure on the bottom side, so that higher pressure creates lift. It's the same concept with the rotor blades, right? So instead of two stationary wings on an airplane that are fixed to the side of a fuselage, you have 2, 3, or 4 blades spinning around in a circle, powered by the engine and a transmission. So those, even when you're sitting still, right, the engine is powering those wings, so you can create lift while you're sitting completely still. Whereas an airplane, the wings don't move, they're not powered by anything, they just sit stationary, so you have to be moving for them to create lift. These wings are moving. So that's how you create lift, right? So that carries the that covers the up and down portion. The more lift or more pitch that I add to the blades, the more lift it causes, right? So I can go up, I can go down. You have a tail rotor on the back, or anti-torque, an anti-torque rotor. Has two purposes. One, to counteract the torque of the spinning rotor blade, so that it keeps us sitting. I can sit straight and not have to worry about the torque of the main rotor spinning the aircraft out of control like this, right? So that's the first purpose of it, and the other is to be able to input directional control or yaw control, so I can turn left and I can turn right with the pedals. Cyclic, or the center stick, is directional control fore, aft, right? So I can hover backwards, I can hover forwards, I can hover left, And I can hover right.
Can't you get an assault team or something to sink that ship?
And that is
No one such short notice.
how all of that shit works is very complicated to explain in a short period of time. But essentially, there are control tubes that go from the center stick that you see in between my legs, this collective stick you see on the left. They go to what's called a swash plate. So it's a spinning, it's got an outer ring that spins and an inner ring that sits stationary. Those tubes go to that inner swash plate, and it tilts that swash plate. That tilting swash plate, right, also has control tubes that go up to each blade, which are either on a Black Hawk or other aircraft. It's called a pitch control link or a pitch control tube. When the swash plate tilts, it either causes more pitch or less pitch in the blades in a specific phase of the rotation of the blades, and that translates to fore, aft, right, or left movement. And that's kind of the dumbed-down explanation of how a helicopter works. Am I a chopper pilot? Yes. I am a rated commercial CFI and CFII in helicopters. Albeit, I haven't flown since like I think my last flight was 2015. I got out of flying and got into law enforcement and haven't flown much since, but that's why I love DCS so much, is I get to fly helicopters and it doesn't cost me any money. Well, it does cost a little bit of money, but it doesn't cost nearly as much money as it costs to fly a real fucking helicopter. So we don't have an air support unit. We did, but there was one guy that started the unit. When he retired, they kind of did away with the unit.
Roger that. There's a man waiting on the helideck with the charges.
All right, so there is a
Perfect. What about the terrorist ship?
there's a terrorist group that hijacked a container ship.
You can probably see it in a minute.
Hijacked a container ship, and they are targeting this oil rig. They're going to drive that ship right into here. So we are going to this oil rig to pick up a set of explosives to drop on that ship to render it useless, so they can't blow up this blow up the rig. Kind of an ugly approach, but it'll do. That'll do, pig.
Your position, officer. Take the charges
Build
now.
Blackhawks for a living. I'm actually at work right now. Hell yeah! You work for the you work at the Sikorsky factory?
I've got
Hell
the
yeah,
charges.
that's dope. All right, power's coming in.
What's the plan?
We're going to approach the ship and hover over it. When you are ready, activate the charge.
All right, so we're doing a little dive off the platform there to build some airspeed.
Before it explodes.
Roger that.
All right, so the objective of this is we're gonna hover over this ship.
Thanks.
Our crew chief in the back is gonna drop some dynamite on this ship, and hopefully it blows it up.
Roger that, officer.
Have I played War Thunder? I have not. All right, so we are gonna fly port side and then do a 180, and then we're gonna hover over the stern of the ship. How similar is DCS to flying a real heli? Very, very, very similar. They've done a fantastic job on the flight characteristics and the flight mechanics of a real helicopter. Right, it's obviously going to be different, just like a racing sim and car sim, tractor sim, whatever type of sim.
Ship, officer.
Right, you're not getting the real sensations of movement.
Over the ship. Be prepared to launch the charges.
In position. Standing by.
But everything else is very, very similar.
Ready to shoot. Launching explosive. Target hit.
Good shot.
I'm going to prepare another charge.
Alright, so We have to keep in a little bit of right drift since the ship's moving.
In position, standing by. Ready to shoot.
Getting a little squirrely
Launching
here.
explosive. Target hit.
All right, we're out of
Ship is
here.
gonna explode. Let's get out of here. Watch out.
Hell yeah.
The charges seems to hit the right spot because the ship's is stopping.
Because the ship's is stopping, she said.
Did a good job.
The AI voice lines in this make me laugh all the time.
I still have
I haven't watched Blue
explosive
Thunder.
back here.
I don't want that in the
All right,
helicopter, officer.
the ship's fucked.
So talk to the rig
That's
manager and
good.
tell him that we are going back
We've got
to
some
the
ex-
helideck to return the explosive.
We've got the
Yes, sir.
some extra. Ooh, sorry. I've been drinking some brown water tonight, so got the hiccups and the burps. How's the immersion? The immersion is 10 out of 10.
Clear for landing. They know that we are returning one explosive.
So not only do you get the visual immersion right through VR, but I also have a what's called a butt kicker amplifier. So it's basically just an amp mounted under my seat that vibrates. So I'm getting a little bit of vibration from the rotor system anytime, if we get shot or, we hit something, it'll vibrate the whole rig. So you get a little bit of, a little haptic immersion as well. Rolling on.
In position. Take that explosive back.
Right now.
Jetborne Racing allows the use of HOTAS. Okay, that's cool.
Hey, Sheriff. I want to personally thank you on behalf of the entire
All right,
crew
mission
for what you
complete.
have done. It was risky.
On to
and
the
it
next
wasn't
one.
easy. You did a great job. God bless you all.
The Hoosier Rumble Vest? Yeah, I've seen those. Those look
It's our
cool.
job, and it was really our pleasure.
What I really, really, really want to get, and maybe if my wife loves me enough, she'll get me one for my maybe Christmas or my birthday or something. I don't know. My birthday is also in less than 24 hours, but is the
Sheriff,
the seatbelt tensioners for the for my sim rig.
Is in critical condition and needs a quick lift to the hospital.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, truck lost control. Driver's in critical condition. Take him to the hospital. All right, south of our base. So we are going to go ahead and pedal turn and dump off the side of this, build some airspeed, and away we go. Max, what it do, buddy? Hey, also, if you're in the stream right now, my buddy A Stone Gamer is in here. Go ahead, if you wouldn't mind, go drop him a follow on TikTok. We stream together quite often. Play Ready or Not. Some other games too. We've been playing video games for what? Last 2 or 3 years now? So yeah, go give him a follow. I'd appreciate it. He said crash. The goal is not to crash. Crashing is never a good time. Especially in a helicopter. Ask me how I know. How do I know? Because I've been in a helicopter crash. That was a pretty simple answer to the simple question. Not really, no. So the year was 2012. No, so 2012, I was on my second deployment to Afghanistan. We were working with the Australian Special Operations guys. And we got tasked to do an insert.
Roger that, officer.
We got tasked to do an insert, the small sniper team on a ridge line. And it was at night, so we were under NVGs. We were in a AO that we weren't used to working in because Marines typically worked in the southern part of Afghanistan. We got tasked with working kind of the central part of Afghanistan, which is pretty mountainous, which is different from the environment that we were working in for the preceding 5 or 6 months. I just saw the crash site. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. So anyways, we pick up our guys. We fly the whole ingress route. There was supposed to be a Reaper, a big. If you know about drones, it's kind of like a Predator but bigger. And it was supposed to mark our landing zone.
Landing is going to be a little bit tricky.
No, this is DCS. So on a short final into the landing zone, we can see the laser beam of God coming from the Reaper drone from I think they're at 25,000 feet on the ground. So we say, hey, we can see the laser. That's where we're supposed to land. From the whole pre-flight brief and the mission planning, we knew that we were supposed to land. There wasn't supposed to be anything around. Where I can see the laser pointing, it's like buildings like this. There's 2-story buildings, kind of mud huts. So immediately I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is the right spot, right? Because we're supposed to be landing on a hilltop with nothing around.
Shit is getting worse.
Understood.
But we kind of, we're already starting to brown out. We're at a pretty low altitude. We've already slowed quite a bit. So we've kind of committed to this landing zone. As soon as we get on short final, we start browning out really bad. All the lights on, and all the little houses and mud huts start to turn on. And shortly thereafter, we start taking fire. So we've woken up the whole neighborhood. We're getting shot at, and then we end up browning out. So we decide to wave off the approach.
He is not gonna make it.
And we wave off the approach. None of us can see outside of the aircraft. We're completely in a cloud of dust and dirt. And unbeknownst to us, we're doing a climbing right-hand turn, which is bad. You don't want to turn when you're browned out. You just want to kind of... Uh-oh, our guy died. You just want to
Chief, patient died.
depart straight out in a climb.
We are so close.
It's the safest route when you're doing a brownout, or when you're trying to egress from a brownout. Anyways, we're doing a climbing right-hand turn, and we smack right into a hill. And the two of the Australian snipers, two of the guys on board our aircraft got ejected outside of the aircraft, including my right crew chief.
Let's keep our hopes up.
Luckily, he survived. Two of the Australians, unfortunately, passed away. But yeah, so I have been in a helicopter crash. It's not fun, so I try to avoid it at all costs.
Sheriff, we've got an emergency call from the Guard Coast Service.
All right, power's coming in. We're
Lost
back.
control of steering and crash into the coast.
How serious is the situation?
They have no power, and there are several people who need to be taken to the hospital urgently.
Now give me the position of the ship.
Yes, sir. It's in the coast.
I wouldn't say helicopters in general are scary. It's the mission sets that helicopters are tasked with that puts them in precarious positions, right? Airplanes have altitude for days. You know, if something goes wrong, you can glide quite a bit. Give yourself enough time to work the problem. But helicopters are typically working at low altitudes, low airspeeds. So if something goes wrong, you have very little time to react. I mean, they're... Yeah, I mean, helicopters are pretty safe, right? Yeah, they're very complex. They're complex machines, but they're very, very smart engineers. They're very good mechanics. They're very good pilots, very good air crew that work on those aircraft, that have designed and built those aircraft to work in pretty austere environments. So most every helicopter flying commercially or in a combat environment are very safe aircraft. I digress to I resort back to it's the mission set that helicopters are put in that cause, maybe not cause, but are causal factors in a lot of mishaps that occur, right? Somebody asked about the Black Hawk smacking into the airliner. What was that, last year or maybe a few months ago? That happens, man. It's unfortunate. I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories, you know, where, oh, it was intentional, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's complete bullshit, man. Right? Sure, yeah. And I don't like putting fault on, oh, we just smacked her down. I don't like putting fault on anybody, right? Especially in that situation. Washington, D.C. is probably one of the most busiest airspaces in the country. Hands down, no questions asked, right? You have civil aircraft, you have military aircraft, you have probably 3 to 4 different types of airspaces, from Class A, B, C, D and E airspaces. That's 5, I guess. All intermingled in a very small corridor. And a lot of aircraft working nearby each other, right? So you've got a Black Hawk aircrew. I never went to Fobshank, no. That was not somewhere I've been to. But you've got a military aircrew, right? That you have a pretty junior pilot, you have a more senior aircraft commander in the aircraft, but they're flying on NVGs. I don't know how experienced these guys were in congested air traffic and in congested airspaces. So they're probably hearing 10 million fucking different aircraft talking on the radio, which you're probably not used to. I don't know. I think I remember hearing the ATC radio traffic, but it's been a while, so I don't know what was said or what wasn't said. So I don't know if they acknowledged that there was traffic nearby, if they had called visual that they had seen it. But, yeah, man, I'm just going on a rant here. But there's so much shit going on in an aircraft. You're looking at gauges, you're looking at instruments, you're paying attention to a flight plan, you're listening to the radio, you're talking to the crew chiefs in the back, you're talking to the other pilot over here. You're on NVGs, you're seeing 10 million different lights, you have very, very restricted depth of perception when you're flying under NVGs. it's just, it is so task saturating that
Let me see what's going on.
unfortunately it's very easy for something like that to happen. And
Sheriff,
unfortunately something like that
a worker
happened.
has been involved in an accident with a forklift.
Do you know Pop Shank been there now? May I ask what units you were in during your time? Yeah, so I started off at HMLA 267 as my first line unit, and then I went over to HMLA 469 to stand up. We were transitioning from a older model Huey to a newer model Huey, and I was one of the newest rated crew chiefs and mechanics on the newer model Huey, so they sent me to that unit to kind of help stand that up prior to their first combat deployment. Oh shit, we're supposed to go northwest. What type of weaponry did we have, for example? What kind of, are you talking about on the aircraft? I just had an M4 with an ACOG and then an M9 9mm pistol. They're just kind of standard aircrew loadouts. I appreciate it. Sharing what happened after that. How did you make it out? Yeah, so I was on the left side of the aircraft when we crashed. When we hit, we made one full rotation, so we kind of barrel rolled one time as we were rolling down the mountain. And then luckily I had my gunner's belt. It's kind of the strap that ties you to the aircraft. Mine was pretty tight, so it held me in the aircraft as we were rolling, so I didn't get ejected, thankfully. We are coming in pretty hot right now. My crew chief that was on the right side, though, unfortunately, his gunner's belt was very, very loose and extended, so when we impacted, he got thrown out and rolled up under the aircraft, but he was still stuck to the aircraft as we're rolling and sliding. So he ended up, the whole thing transpired. He ended up breaking his back in several spots, broke his femur. It was pretty bad. But so I was stuck to the aircraft, but my leg was, so we've got what's called a DAS mount, a defensive armament system. That's what the machine gun sits in. It's got a pintle mount. My leg, I always rested my leg on the DAS mount. So when we rolled, I kind of slipped in the aircraft. And so I was hanging, as we were inverted, I was hanging by my leg. And I fucked up some tendons in my knee and jacked up my back a little bit, but nothing debilitating. So I made it out pretty unscathed. But so when we crashed, like I said, we rolled and then slid down. I think it was probably 250, 300 feet in distance from the point of impact to where the aircraft finally came to settle. So it took me a second to kind of realize what had happened. I still had my NVGs on. My NVG stayed on my helmet. And we were resting on the right side of the aircraft. So I'm on the left side, so I'm facing the sky right now. Right, aircraft's completely still. It's dead quiet. Can't see anything, or can't hear anything. So I'm standing on the transmission wall. I stand up and I look down. So I'm looking at the hill that we crashed on, and I can see down the hill. And all I see is, like, I don't know, I think there was like 3 or 4 dudes run, just sprinting towards my aircraft. Right, I have no idea who they are. I immediately, think worst case scenario that, Terry the Taliban is about to come overrun our aircraft, and I'm about to get schwacked here. So I pull my rifle from behind the seat, jack around in the chamber, because we weren't allowed to carry around in the chamber when we were just flying around, which is kind of dumb. Hindsight's 2020. But so I jack around in the chamber, and this dude just starts screaming, "Blue, blue, 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 blue," which is kind of the uniform, hey, friendly, and it was a big sigh of relief. Like, okay, maybe I'm not going to die. So what had happened was, when we crashed at this simultaneously, we were supposed to be inserting these sniper teams. Myself and our Dash 2 aircraft were supposed to be inserting 2 sniper teams on opposing hills, looking down on a village that the Ospreys and 53s were inserting the assault force, which consisted of a bunch of Australian commando guys. When we crashed, they saw the crash happen, right? They had already been inserted on the ground, or about at the same time that we went down. So they immediately ixnayed their objective, and it was all hands on deck, move to the crash site. So these dudes are just sprinting up a mountain, these jacked fucking Australian dudes. And they came to secure the crash site, so that's who was sprinting at my aircraft. So we, I egress, the 2 pilots were unharmed, they egress the aircraft. The other snipers that were on the aircraft egressed, and then we did a head count, realized that we were short 3 guys, 2 Australians, and then my other crew chief. So we're kind of like scouring the hill, the small little hill that we're on, can't find them. We start looking under the aircraft. We can kind of see what kind of look like uniforms shoved up under the aircraft, which we'd later, after a little while, we figured out that it was 2 of the Australian guys had been ejected and crushed under the aircraft. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. My crew chief, he was on the back side of the aircraft, still attached to it with his gunner's belt, but he managed to kind of dig a little hole outside, and he was able to crawl up out of the aircraft. And yeah, I'm in the hearing. So once we saw him digging out, and we could hear him, we drug his ass out, and then he kind of fell down. We realized he was pretty jacked up. And then we sat on deck for near the crash site for about 45 minutes until Pedro, no, it wasn't Pedro, it was Dustoff, the Army medevac unit, came out of Tarankout, which is a base up in the mountains. They have a Dustoff unit that was stationed there. They came and picked us up, took us to the hospital, and yeah, it's quite a night. That was August 30th, 2012. This is DCS World. Alright, so they,
I think we found one of the faulty transformers.
because we are
Prepare the electromagnetic pulse. We are going to land.
we are trying to land
Yes, sir.
at these
Remember, the
substations right
is
here.
effective only up to 50 meters. So we must land near the transformer.
Roger that, officer.
Yeah, Nate Gallagher and Merv McDonald are the 2 Australians that passed away in our accident.
In position.
Loading generator.
Nope. We didn't get shot at. I think once we kind of browned out and disappeared over the crest line of that hill.
It seems that the
We ended up in
EMP
like a whole different little valley where nobody could see us, and then the assault force had
right now.
pretty good containment on everything. So I'm assuming they probably schwacked those dudes.
They said that the line is still unstable. There must be another transformer overheating. We must turn it off, or it could trigger a chain reaction and a massive blackout.
Okay, let's find the other one.
Yep, I guess I have that record, huh? Yeah, we were one of the. We were one of the first few squadrons to deploy with the UH-1 Yankee. It was. I appreciate it, man. Can you not hear the? Is it me talking or the game sound? Check, check, check. It's showing that you got game sound. It may just be a stream issue. Max, I'd back out of the stream and then jump back in. That may fix the issue. Yeah, I think we were probably the only Yankee to UH-1 Yankee to wreck out. Just based on the fact that we the Marine Corps hadn't deployed the Yankee very, very often up until that point or after. One of my buddies was killed in the previous model Huey, the UH-1 November, in Afghanistan in 2009. And there were a few UH-1 November mishaps in both Iraq and Afghanistan back then, but how do I know what we say? So I've got the TikTok chat as a web URL, and then I'm using what's called Open Kneeboard. It's an app that allows me to see, whether it's a web page or any type of file or really anything. I can display that in VR space. So I have the TikTok chat input into Open Kneeboard, and then Open Kneeboard is displaying that inside the game. And then I also have text-to-speech, so. But I can only hear text-to-speech from followers, so shameless plug. Colton Smith, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate you. So we're looking for these little substations, these buildings at the bases of these power poles.
Hey, Chief, that's the other transformer.
Alright, so we're going to fly under these power lines, try not to crash here.
Going to land.
Yes, sir.
We're going to touch down next to this power station. Oh, we hit the power lines. Hell yeah, Big Daddy. All right, Dom, I appreciate it, man. We'll catch you on the next one. Somebody said something about 50 cal minigun. We were getting ballsy flying out of those power lines. So we use both. Oh, we're still going to fly under the wires. We do what the hell we want. But yes, typically you wouldn't fly under wires. That's not a smart move. But luckily it's a video game. So on the UH-1 Yankee, as we refer to it, we just call it the Yankee. It carries both the UH-1 or the GAU-17 minigun. Typically it's put on the left side. Or on the right side, and then the GAU-21 50 cal is on the left side. If we're power limited, like we're carrying a bunch of cargo or a bunch of people on board and we don't have room for all the ammo, oh shit. It always does this. Sometimes it'll glitch out and pull Max Collective. We'll climb to the moon. But if we're power limited, we'll carry 2 M240s on there because they're much, much lighter. Did I fly a 53 or did I fly in a 53? No to the former, yes to the latter. I think I've flown in probably every Marine Corps rotary wing aircraft. I've flown in the CH-46, I've flown in the UH-1 November, UH-1 Yankee, MV-22 Osprey, CH-53 Kilo, the new Super Stallion, the CH-53. I think it was the Mike model 53 prior to that. If it's not Sikorsky built, it's junk to me. Boy, you're I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, my friend.
Good day, Sheriff.
Favorite helicopter, the UH-1. Specifically the UH-1 Yankee. One of the most capable multi-purpose aircraft ever built. It's got the power. It's got power for days. It's got a minigun, 50 cal, can carry rockets, specifically the APKWS, which is stands for Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System. It's just a laser-guided rocket, right? So instead of carrying a giant, big-ass Hellfire missile, you can carry 2.75-inch Zuni rockets. You can put a little IR tracking head on there with adjustable stabilizer fins, and you could put a rocket from 2,000-3,000 yards out. You could put it in a window, right? An HE rocket through something as, but not only does it shoot guns and provide close air support or deep air support, whatever you want, it also is a hell of an assault support platform, right? You can carry people, you can sling load stuff, you can fast rope guys, you can spy rig guys, which is the big cable that hangs down and people are clipped in. You can rappel guys. You can do rooftop landings. You can do whatever the hell you can imagine in a helicopter. The Huey can do it. It's 100% better than the 60, for sure. For sure. It does in the Apache. So you can have the gunner up front and the pilot in the back seat. Water pollution. Vehicle near the swamp, polluting water. Check what he is doing. Okay. So I'm rocking a RTX.
We're approaching to the swamp.
I see it.
No. Yeah, I've got probably I think when I got out, I had about 1,100 hours crewing Hueys, about 500 red hours or combat flat hours total, and then I have about 200 hours in 60s. for my guard time. Yeah, we can argue until we're blue in the face. I think it's just a product of the aircraft that we worked on, right? You're going to argue the Black Hawk. A Russian dude's going to argue that the Hind is the best aircraft known to man. I'm going to argue that the Huey is the best. Thank you, Blackbird. Somebody said orange. Orange, 100%.
That's the suspect
All right.
vehicle.
Contact the target, 3 o'clock.
He is trying to escape.
Let's follow him. Call the HQ and inform of the situation. And tell them to check the swamp. Something ain't right.
Yes, sir.
Alright, we're just gonna follow this truck around. He's being sketchy.
Sheriff, they found a dead body in the swamp, right where the car was.
Oh no, a dead body.
I knew something was wrong. Listen, officer, do you have your rifle ready?
The magic
No,
school
sir.
bus?
I only have my 9mm.
Nah, Chinook's pretty badass, man.
Do you think you can hit the tires with that
Power
gun?
for days, can carry a fucking
I
carry the
can
world on its
try,
back.
But you must get very close to the vehicle.
Okay, let's try to stop that car.
Got nothing but mad respect.
Opening door.
Why is he going so slow?
I'm ready.
Be careful, officer. We don't want to shoot the guy.
Oh. She's gonna try to shoot the rear tire out of this thing. Okay. Alright.
We must approach a bit.
How close do you want me to hover to this fucking thing?
Steady, Chief. That's a hit.
Well done. He's not stopping. Let's blow down another tire.
Yes, sir.
I don't. I need to get it.
I've almost got it.
Come on, lady. Shoot this damn tire out. There you go.
Another hit.
Good shot, officer. The car is stopping. Listen up. I'm going to land in front and we are going to arrest the suspect. Be prepared. He could have a gun.
Yes, sir. Look out. The guy is doing something inside the vehicle.
I can't see him. Can you
This is
be
real
more
Black Hawk
specific?
Down vehicle interdiction stuff here. Oh, holy shit balls.
Oh my God! The car has exploded. He blowed himself up.
He blowed himself up, she said.
Poor bastard. Let's check the vehicle and see if there's anything that we could do.
Alright. Well. Mission complete, I guess? I don't know. I have not played Arma. Maddie, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys all for the follows. Dropping the likes. What are we at? 6.8 thousand likes. It's pretty good. Pretty impressive. I like it. The grass guys, thank you. Don't drink and fly, ladies and gentlemen. Irresponsible. What are we doing here? Are we still supposed to be fucking landing next to this thing? I was landing near it when it exploded. Do a flip. That's a one-way ticket to death. Pedal turn to the left. You do a flip. You can hover the chopper. The designer on fixed wing models, so flight characteristics are off. I got you. You have someone shooting a mounted weapon from the aircraft. How much do you feel as a pilot? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
There is nothing we can do here.
In the Huey. I can't speak to the other aircraft.
Could have died.
But whether we were shooting the GAU 21, the 50 cal,
Yes.
the GAU 17,
By the way, the HQ is calling.
it induced.
They saw the explosion. And
Like, you could be on the other side of the aircraft, on the other gun, and not feel
and some firefighters on their
any
way.
really any vibration through the aircraft. The aircraft's already shaking hella fucking bad just from flight in general, so even from a hover, yeah, I mean,
Sheriff, a truck fell into a river after both sets of brakes failed.
I mean, it's not like a
The driver was able to get out the
50 cal is a big round, but it's not that big. You know what I mean?
But he needs urgent medical
And the
attention.
dampening system on the GAU 21 is pretty good, so.
Let's go there and help them.
Now you could feel a little bit of like yaw when you're firing rockets. You could feel the aircraft shudder a little bit, but it's just the noise. It's hella loud. Where am I going? Truck fell into a river southwest of the base. Okay. Which is this way. I have not. Not in Arma Reforger. I used to play Arma 3 quite a bit back in the day. Alright, Jay. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you on the next one, my friend. Can you co-pilot gun the Apache? Yes, you can. Alright, I got the smoke plume coming right off the nose. It does. Yeah, and technically it's designed for fixed wing. So this is the I'm rocking the Thrustmaster A10 Warthog HOTAS. All right, Blackbird. Get you on the next live, hopefully. Have a good night or morning, wherever you're at in the world. All right. Truck fell into the river. It's submerged underwater. Driver needs surgery. We've got to take him to the hospital. Contact the zone. Come through 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Just going to kind of do a left teardrop approach. Now wild, isn't it? Tristan, thank you for the follow. That's unfortunate, man. Alright, we're gonna go wash out the our force trim setting. That way we have full range of motion of the controls.
It seems like a big nice
I hate
spot
Calvin,
for
thank you for the
landing.
follow. Truck's barely submerged in the water. Passenger compartment's not even underwater.
Landing completed.
Opening doors. We're ready, Chief. Let's go to the
Oh
hospital.
no. Ooh, got a little laggy there for a second. Alright, we're flying homeboy to the hospital. Oh. DCS World is the name of the game. We are flying the UH-1 Hotel Huey on the Syria map. And somebody said something about Yokobi and nose down. No. R.I.P. R.I.P. A long time ago. Yeah, but you're the pilot in command. You have ultimate authority over whether you launch or not, right? Who's going to jump in the cockpit if you say no? Nobody's holding a gun to your head. I get wanting to make money. I get reputation and
Understood.
not wanting to be chastised by your employer, but ultimately, it's your life. So, you know, they spend a good bit of time in flight school explaining all of the different I forget what they're called. Essentially, like hazardous mentalities. Rotary. Am I using head tracking or is that straight Oculus? This is straight Oculus. No, Pendleton. What game is this? And probably, what are your PC specs?
Ready, officer.
Opening doors.
Well, I'm sitting, so.
Everyone is in good hands now.
The way I'm seated in my sim rig is basically exactly how I'd be sitting in a helicopter. So it's not like
We got a
it's very
situation.
immersive and feels very similar. Like I even have my rudder pedals
Some terrorist
or my tail rotor pedals are positioned pretty exactly where they would be in real life.
My God, how much time did we have until the collision?
I'm not sure, but around 10 minutes top, maybe less. They are trying to evacuate the rig.
In 10 minutes? I don't know if they have enough time. Listen, officer, mark the position.
Yeah, so this is the
I want to go there and see what's going on. And put me through with the rig manager. Quick!
this is
Yes,
DCS.
sir.
So this modded mission, like I said, campaign, just runs through a cycle of, and they're randomized, of little mini missions, right? Whether it's following the power line or going to chase some dude that murdered somebody and dumped him in the lake, or doing medical medevac flights.
Hi, Jeff. How is going the evacuation?
So it eventually recycles all of these missions.
I have 100 men, and I can't get them out of here in 10 minutes. It's impossible. Can't you get an assault team or something to sink that ship?
Recommend a hydraulic setup.
Short notice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like super serious into the flight equipment stuff of it for the flight sim. But when it comes to racing sim stuff, I'm gonna try to get a the Moza M Booster brake pedal,
Risky, but I think it could work. So prepare those charges for a
because I definitely need
We're on our way.
a load cell pedal, and I would also like to have some type of haptic feedback on there, so I can know when I'm in ABS, or get a little bit of real feedback. Why do I play this? Because it's fun. I like flying.
You are clear for landing.
Why do you not play it if you don't play it? Or why do you play it if you do play it?
There's a man waiting on the helideck with the charges. We set them up for a 3-second delay.
Perfect. What about the terrorist ship?
It's coming from the east. It's about 3 clicks. You can probably see it in a minute.
I might. Alright, we're coming in too hot, so we're gonna wave off. How do I play this? So I have a set of flight controls that I'm using. That's fine. I mean, do you enjoy flying the SC-27? And if you do, then fuck it, man. Who cares?
We're in position, officer. Take the charges now.
Yes, sir. I've got the charges. What's the plan?
We're going to approach the ship and hover over it. When you are ready, activate the charge and launch it over the deck. But be careful. You only have 3 seconds left before it explodes.
Roger that.
All the ice, like, decided to... Alright, that ship's getting damn close.
Good luck and Godspeed, guys.
Thanks. We're gonna need it.
I've got visual on the ship.
Roger that, officer. Approaching ship, officer. Open door.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to hover over the ship. Be prepared to launch
Let me slide forward a little bit. There we go.
Ready to shoot. Launching charge. Target hit.
Good shot.
I'm going to prepare another charge. In position. Standing by. Ready to shoot. Fire in the hole. Target hit. Ship is gonna explode. Let's get out of here. Watch out.
We don't want the ship blowing up to blow us out of the sky. I feel a sneeze coming on.
Seems to hit the right spot because the ship's is stopping.
The ship's is stopping.
All right, officer. You did a good job.
I still have one explosive back here.
If you're in here and you're trying to get that full screen action,
Helicopter officer.
we are live on YouTube and Twitch.
Tell him that we are going back to the helideck to
Links for
return the
both
explosive.
Yes, sir.
are in my bio. And if you have YouTube or Twitch, just go over there and give it a follow, even if you want to come back to TikTok. I would
I've
duly
talked
appreciate
with
it.
the rig. We are clear for landing. They know that we are returning one explosive.
Perfect. In position. Take that explosive back.
Right now.
Hey, Sheriff. I want to personally thank you on behalf of the entire crew for what you have done. It was risky and it wasn't easy. You did a great job. God bless you all.
This is really DCS.
Thank you. It's our job, and it was really our pleasure.
Something happened.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Chief, a fire broke out in a 4-story building. An elderly couple are in a critical condition, and there are several people who need to be taken to the hospital urgently.
No time to lose. Let's go.
The DCS world. Alright, building on fire, 4-story building on fire, several people injured, taken to the hospital. Okay. Cool. Directly north. I can already see the smoke. Too rich for this. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What kind of trash playlist is this? Ah. Oh. Spotify. You know me so well. Too much. Too much. What else goes good with flying a Vietnam era helicopter? Maybe a little bit of Kevin Gates. How about that? Oh, Lord. Excuse me. We're doing about 110 knots right now. Where are we at on fuel? 400 pounds. Alright, contact the building fire, 11 o'clock off the nose. Go ahead and get a look at this landing zone before we decide on an approach pattern here.
I can see the site.
Alright, contact the landing zone, marked by 4 tires. We're going to do a right 270 into this.
Everything looks clear from here.
Power's coming out. Starting to slow down. This is the Huey, yes sir. Alright, coming through 50 knots. Slide left just a little bit, avoid that tree.
Landing completed.
Opening doors.
I don't play any Battlefield now. Alright, packs are loaded, power's coming in, we're on a slope. So we're kind of... Oh. Oh, I've got my force trim set still. Fuck. I always forget to reset it. There it is. We're back. Alright, we're taking these folks to the hospital. Some band victims. Boop, boop, boop. Pigeon Lips, thank you for the follow. Oh, it's definitely Huey. Alright, contact the hospital off the nose. Alright, coming through 110 knots. We're going to start bleeding off a fuck ton of airspeed here. Yeah, I know, right?
Opening doors. I hope they recover soon. Got a message here. Let's see what's going on. Sheriff.
Oh, speaking of rooftop landings,
Are stuck on the roof of a burning house.
got
They
a
were
building
trying
on
to
fire.
dismantle an incendiary device.
We gotta rescue
And now they are trapped
some
on the
folks.
roof and need an urgent extraction.
Let's go there and help them.
Alright, got the building on fire. Looking for the best approach path into here. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and swing left. And then swing right. Swing low. Sweet chariot. Kevin, thank you for the follow, my man. Hello.
In position. Come on, officer.
Come on, friends. Let's go. How much clearance we got on this thing? Quite a bit. This is called I Love My Job. It's a modded map that you can download.
One more to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that.
We're ready to go. These guys are okay. They have no injuries, and they said that they're waiting for them in the Jeep down there, in the LZ. So there is no need to go to the hospital.
Roger that. Just a short ride down. In position.
Opening doors.
Kira, thank you for the follow.
We have finished here.
Alright, we have finished here. Jack with the follow, thank you. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate it.
HQ on the radio. Something is going on. Sheriff.
Wi-Fi
I've been informed
hustle
that a truck driver hauling
as a
load of
Mizansi?
lost control of his brakes
Mazancy?
due to a mechanical issue. He crashed.
All right,
and needs
another
urgent
medevac.
medical attention.
Car crash.
All right, let's give them a ride to the hospital.
We should probably get some gas here soon. Northwest of the base. Let me check the map real quick. Damn, where's the crash site at? Oh, there it is. How much is it per gallon? I don't know. Probably like $7 a gallon. I think that's how much jet fuel is. I'm looking for a smoke plume from a car crash. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, damn, we are very much in the wrong direction. There it is, I see it. You can see the smoke way off in the distance there. Okay. It's the DCS world. Yeah, it depends on when I get off work and what the family's doing, but I'll let you know.
We're almost there.
Roger that, officer.
Everything looks clear from here.
Landing completed.
Opening doors.
Favorite plane. Brrr.
Everybody's ready. Let's go to the hospital.
Probably the F4. wish VR didn't have that shake when recording. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but it also adds, like, for me, when I see that, like, quick movement, it's like, it makes me remember that, oh, that person's in VR. Otherwise, it, like, sometimes I'll see, DCS stuff, and you can, you see them panning around the cockpit with their view, and I'm like, oh, is that track IR? Is that them just panning? I'm not working tomorrow. But I do need to go to sleep here soon. Alright, well, no incoming transmission. I guess we finished. About 1:15, 1:30.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Request refueling. Request rearming.
Come on. Oh, it doesn't matter to me, man. I'm just gonna need to get used to flying in VTOL VR again. Alright, well, it's not letting me refuel. I think that's a good spot to call it anyways. I'm pretty tired, so... Oh, terrible landing. Do I fly with my Quest controllers or a Joy-Con stick? No, I've got a center cyclic and a throttle on the left-hand side. Alright, chat. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Alright. Hope you guys have a good night. I'll catch you all. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night.